Hello, welcome back. So, in our previous episode, we actually added the login functionality. Okay, and if you check on the console, we ended up having this user object with the details of the user, including the ID and the role. So now we want to, in this episode, to add protection of pages upon that. So if you just go like to the if you go to the dashboard right now, we are still able to go to the dashboard. Okay, we are able to go to the dashboard. So we want to first now protect the pages, and after protecting the pages, we want to add authorization. Okay, we want to add authorization, and our app will be fully authenticated and authorized. So you can see right now a normal user can check the entire dashboard, and we might just not need that. Okay, we might not need the user to actually access the entire dashboard and look at all this data. So we're just going to work onto that, and we'll see how we are going to handle those different scenarios. Okay, so for that case, I'm just going to start. Let me confirm if I have internet. Yep. So let's just go and start with that. So what I just want today is to try using the NextAuth middleware. I have not used middleware before. I want to try to see if middleware can handle the authentication, and then we can just work with authorization on the pages. Okay, so if you just come on the middleware page, if you just go to NextAuth and maybe go to configuration, you're going to see we have somewhere you have this middleware, or you could search middleware on the NextAuth documentation, and I will also link this page in our documentation, so don't worry, I will have this page linked. So they say you can use Next.js middleware with NextAuth.js to protect your site. Okay, it was brought in Next 12, and it is a way to run the logic before accessing any page, even when they are static. So this is we're going to try it. Okay, you're going to try this so that you can know how to use them. So here they're saying you can get with this either as a default or named import, blah blah. Prerequisites: you must set the secret in the middleware that you use in the NextAuth. The easiest way is to set NextAuth secret environmental variable. It will be picked up by both the NextAuth config as well as the middleware config. So they recommend that you use the NextAuth secret environmental variable. So make sure that you already have this NextAuth secret, and I've also added the NextAuth URL. It's not necessary, but add it there. And then the basic usage of this, the most simple usage is when you want to require authentication for the entire site. So you can just see you can add the middleware.js file with the following. So you just only add this file. So the first thing, I'm just going to go and create the middleware. So I'm just going to create it in the same directory with the app. So I'm just going to create it here, middleware.js. Okay, and then they're saying that we just need to only add this to the entire site. So if you want to protect the entire site, they're saying you only add this one line and is enough to protect the entire site. Okay, I think I will have to first add the functionalities of logout so that we can be able to log out. Okay, before that, let me just first take this one off. Let's try to add the functionalities of, if a user is logged in here, first of all we need to change this in the header. We need to change this, and at least we need to add this this avatar. Okay, we need to add this avatar at least, and my avatar is not working for now. Let me refresh. The middleware must export something. Let's first actually remove the middleware. I think it is already working, so let's just first delete this middleware. I will just return it. I just want to first add some things in a few seconds. Okay, so fine. I just want to add this on the this avatar here. I want to show it on the, when they log in. If a user is logged in, we just show their image or the avatar, and then we show also this logout, so that they are able to actually log out. They can go to their account, they can just go to dashboard or even edit profile. They just get this avatar to also to go onto this UI. Okay, and that one of course brings us to the protection of pages in different areas. So I have here in this documentation, if you remember this documentation, the one we used for the host system. Okay, so when you scroll down, you will see down here I've added something called protecting pages. Scroll down here, I've added protecting pages using NextAuth, maybe in Next.js. Okay, so this client side. So this is the client side where we use the use session. Okay, so let's just go to our, let me first drop this down. So let me just go to, I can first take off all these. I can first take off all these cross all, and let's go to the header. So just go to components, front end, and let me look for the, I don't know if it is a header or navbar. I think it is a navbar. Okay, so this is it, and here we'll have this login link. We want to change this login when a user is logged in. Okay, so you can just get this, and this is still using the server side. I think this one will be client component. At some point it will have to be a client component. I think we could also just make it a server component, I'm not sure. Okay, at this point it is still a server component, so I don't know if we use the server component or the client component, but they just use the client. We're just going to use the client, and the first thing I'm just going to do is check if we can get the details of the user. So I'm just going to get here and say I think we're supposed to say const, and we can access we can just get the session, okay, and the status, okay, from use session. Okay, we can just use use session hook. Don't tell me that my okay, they are working. So just get this use session hook, and we have access to the session and the status, and quickly you can check the status. Okay, if status is equal to okay loading, so here I just want to call upon the loading component. Okay, I think we have the loading component, not yet. So into this up here we can have a loading component, okay, by just saying loading, okay, loading.js, and we can just say rfc, and this one you can just call it loading. And for now, let's put a p tag. So just going to work on this. For now, we can just say p tag, and this one is supposed to be, I think, loading.jsx. Okay, I'm not seeing any reason why not. So because it is rendering some JSX. Okay, I'm just going to add here loading, just like that, and let's go back to this navbar. So if there is loading, we can just go ahead and call this loading component. Or you could show any loader, but I just want to use this the loading component here. So my PC is in the modes. Okay, so I'm just going to call this loading component. Okay. I shall import it, I think, manually. Okay, so let's we could just also have this loading component in the components, and then we import it in the loading JS. That one would also work. So for now, let's just put the p tag. I'm just going to connect that later, I think maybe. So here I'm just going to say return. Okay, just add this. So now we can check for another state. So right now what we just want is going to be 1. Yes, we have to check for we just want to check for at this point here. The next check I think is going to be checking this site. If authenticated or not. So here to show this link of the user, I'm just going to cut this link and we can check if status is equal to authenticated. Maybe we could check authenticated or unauthenticated, any of the two. If is not authenticated, then if this is true, then we display this. Else, we're just going to display something else here. So let me just go and get the other user, and so just go to the, let's go to also components, and I'm just going to go to components, maybe back office, and let's go also check for the navbar. And in this navbar, this is where we have this drop down. There is this first drop down for the notification, but then there is this second drop down with this image. I feel like this should be also like this user card, we should create it like its own component. Okay, I think this would be really great. Okay, I'll just go and get this as the user avatar. Okay, I'm just going to go create a component for this. User avatar, something like that. Let me just first copy it, and let me just go to this new file. I'm just going to say user avatar .jsx rfc. Okay, so this, just like return this, and it should take in a user. Okay, should accept a user, and then we can of course feed this user in these different places. Okay, so what I'm just going to do is of course bringing in this thing on the drop down. So if you go back to this navbar, first of all, I'm just going to come here and say user avatar, and supposed to pass in user is equal to user. Okay, for now I'm just going to say equal to user, and you can just first of all go up here and get this, and we can just go ahead and also create this simple user is equal to an empty object for now, for avoiding errors. So also get this drop down, and just take it to this user avatar here, and let's check if we have icons. We we have to get these icons from proceed, get settings, then logout icon. Okay, so and the next image. Okay, so that's great. Okay, so we have this user avatar. We can now go ahead and use it in other places, like in our navbar in the front end here. So I can just go and say, if authenticated, just go ahead and use user avatar. Okay, and he has taken the, I think we should also take in the size, but for now let me just go here and have the user. Okay, so you can just say const user is equal to session. Okay, session dot user. I think I'm supposed to avoid an error on top here. Let's define the user direct here on this. So user would be equal to session okay, session dot user. Yeah, so send there the session dot user just like that. Okay, and I think that's it. If there is loading, we're just going to create a loading component. Okay, first go back if we have any success stories, more especially on the login. First of all, make sure that this is, we get this use session hook, and make sure this one is a now use client. Okay, let's first see now. Okay, so you can see loading. Okay, so and now we have this user. Now if I click there, I have these drop down. Okay, so now we are rendering very well. If a user is logged in, we are showing them this. Okay, we are showing them this, and we could also make this one a server side if we wanted. I think, I don't know what is better, to make it server side or not, but let's just first leave it at that. Okay, so now we have this, we want to handle the logout. Okay, so if we just go back and let's click on this logout, if you just go to the user avatar this side, first of all, I'm just going to look for the default avatar image, or we could just say replace. If the image is undefined, we use the other thing, and if the image is there, then we actually place the actual user here. Okay, or we could just look like we get the avatar, or we could use their name, initials. Just going to work on that. Let's first work on the logout. So the logout, okay, so here we just want to work on this. If someone clicks on this button logout, okay, so you can just say on click. Okay, we're just going to call this handle logout. So you can just go here and create this function. Handle logout, as simple as that. So you have to create this function, and primarily this function should call the sign out function, and maybe also redirect. I don't know if there is anywhere we have this, like the logout. Let me first search here. Do we have somewhere logout? Let's see. Log out. There's nothing like log out. So the logout, I guess we can just come here and we first define the router. So I'm just going to define the router here. So const router, okay, router is equal to use router from next navigation. Okay, okay, just like that. And then here we're just going to call the, I think we're supposed to await. Okay, you're supposed to await. I don't know if it's supposed to be really await the logout. I think it's sign out. Okay, supposed to await for the sign out function. Await this, and when it is done, then we can just say router dot push. I think when someone logs out, we can still push them to this. Okay, let's just see what happens. With this logout. Remember to call it a use client, I guess. This okay, so here let me just see. So let's do this, refresh. Okay, okay, so I'm just going to go here and let's click on logout. Okay, so the user has been logged out. You can see we are back with this login. That's really nice now. Okay, so now let's go ahead and implement the middleware now that we have a way of logging out and login. So let's just go and see how you're going to use the middleware. So going back up here to this middleware, so I'm just going to create the middleware. Just create the middleware here. One sec. So the first, we have seen the client side, server side. There is now creating the middleware, and I have put also the link to the documentation. Okay, you can find the link. So the first thing is just create the middleware, and let's add this line. So I'm just going to go here. I'm just go to the root, minimize the app, and let me go to this root, and let's create middleware.js, and you can just simply add this line, and only adding that line is enough to authenticate all pages. Let's just try and see. According to what they say in the NextAuth documentation here, they say that if you want to authenticate all the pages, and I think the app has restarted. Let's see. I don't know what is happening right now. Compared middleware, and why are we having this page is not working? We have localhost API auth sign in, callback, login, blah blah. Really? And remember, I think we have the if I just go to, remember in the auth options, I think we mentioned our sign in page, right? We have somewhere pages, and we have the login page. I don't know why. Do you need to really indicate the pages? Okay, this is where they say pages. Do you really need to? Required, you can say no. And you see, they say specify real is to be used if you want to create custom sign-in and error pages, override the built-in. So in this, I think matches the pages config in NextAuth. I don't know if we're supposed to really show that. They just go and try to modify. I think they are not using our login. Where is the middleware? Here. I'll just use this now. And for the error, we can just also design the error page. We can design the error page, but for now let's just take it off and leave only the sign in. And one more time, I'm just going to refresh. let's go to localhost 3000. Okay, so now our login is working. Yeah, that's good. So they're now using, you have to go ahead and specify the login because the default one, it wasn't working. Okay, that is great. Okay, so now you can see by default all the pages. If I just go ahead and you go to the dashboard, you see that the authentication has been added to all pages automatically. That's really nice. I like that. And it's just by only putting this. So just simply put this, and all the pages, they will be now protected. But now if you just think about it, we don't want all the pages because, for instance, the home page, for sure we don't want the home page to be also protected. We want it to be to allow access. So that means we have to modify. Okay, we have to modify, and we need to modify and show some pages. I just want back to the middleware. I just want to show that we are going to use this export config to, if you only want to secure certain pages, export the config object with the matcher. So for instance, if you want only protect this, the dashboard, you just come here and we have to export this. I don't know if it is supposed to be, because we cannot have export. Okay, this one is just export. So we can just like now put only the dashboard. Okay, now if we go back to the home page, let's refresh. The home page should be, I think, now allowed. Let's see. Okay, yeah, so you see for the home page, we can visit the home page minus requiring us to authenticate. But when you go to the dashboard, let's go to localhost and we just try dashboard, and you can see quickly we are redirected to this page where we need really to actually first log in. I think that is really cool using this concept. So all the pages we want to protect, we simply add them here, and I think this simplifies the authentication. Now there is how you can actually also configure authorization. I will keep looking for the best way to configure authorization, but authorization is a bit tricky because we have a list of some pages, and even on pages we can protect some things, so it might be very tricky, but you can go ahead and read about it here. Actually, if you continue scrolling back down, they talk about this. They talk about more things here, like advanced usage. Okay, and in advanced usage, you can see that they are even getting the role. They say if you do not define the options, NextAuth will use the default values. So you can just go ahead and, as you can see here, this is what we have done. You can also go ahead and use this auth, and in this you can run two functions. Apart from the pages, you can go ahead and also run this authorized function, which has access to the token, where you can check the role. Only that now they only check the role on certain page on the page, and you can go ahead and use this where you have the you have this request, and you see on the request auth token, you have the token here in the middleware, and you can do with it. So you can just go ahead and read more about customizing this. I haven't gotten fully how to customize it with the whole entire dashboard, but you can just go ahead and read about how to customize this, and maybe you can just get back into our WhatsApp group and tell us how you managed to actually customize it. But for now, we're just going to use it only for this matching, so that it helps us on this protecting pages really very easily. Okay, and now let's go ahead and actually log in. So we have this, I think it was JB test, and then this password was test, I think. Let me just see. Yeah, so now we are routed here, and now if we try to go to the dashboard, let's try to visit the dashboard. Now that we are logged in, you see we have access to the dashboard. Okay, we have access to the dashboard, and the same thing now on the dashboard. We are not worried about the authentication, at least now. We are only worried about the authorization. So on the dashboard, the only thing you're just going to be checking is the authorization, and I think we'll just go ahead and do that in the we'll do the logic in the sidebar and maybe showing some pages. I don't know how you're just going to do that. Either sometimes we could just create another dashboard. Okay, specifically we have to create another dashboard for we could just create 3 dashboards at this point. I think it is more easy. Okay, I think it can be like more easy if you had 3 components for the user, the normal user, and then you have another component for we have like a normal user, we have the admin, and then we have the for these normal users or the farmers. Okay, I think it would be really easy for us to handle than playing the gymnastics in these other pages. I think it would be really somehow more easy. Okay, yeah, I believe so. So first of all, I'm just going to go ahead and see if we can actually do that. Create like another dashboard, like we have this. If right now you go to the dashboard, if you just go to app and you just go to this back office and the dashboard, the default page here, so you can see we have this. This is what you're having, the charts and blah blah. Okay, and that's also very tricky, because actually if you think about it, it is in the layout. Okay, so the layout we have here is this. So I don't know if you're supposed to check and we know which layout we are supposed to use, more especially on this sidebar. Okay, I think what would be very interesting would be the sidebar on the links that we show on the sidebar. I think that is the most tricky part. Okay, the sidebar inside here, because if you think about it, the most important part is this sidebar with all these links. Okay, or on the other side, actually would just go with what we did in the other time. So we just go to the sidebar and then we arrange all these links. I think that would be so easy. We would arrange all these links according to these different people, and then when we load, then we know which type of links to actually because all these links are shown. Where are the links? You can see we have these like catalog links and blah blah, but all these links, let me see, catalog links, are they separate? Yeah, we have catalog links. We have the sidebar links, more especially. So if you look at the sidebar links, where are they being used? Okay, so they are just here, all these ones. So you have all these sidebar links, all these other ones down, and then you have also the catalog links. So I'm not sure which one is going to be easy. I think the easy one would be getting the user, first of all, making sure we get the user within here, and then we get the role. Then from the role we can just control many things. Okay, the role we can control many things. So for instance, we can just go ahead and get let's get the user here. So const, so let's get session. Let's get session and or status, and just going to say is equal to use session. Okay, and when you do that, of course, is already, I think, use client. Okay, and then you can just say if status, if status. So you have to compare the status. If the status is equal to loading, so always first check the loading state, and then here just going to say return, just going to return a p tag saying loading, and I'm just going to quickly create this loading component. Okay, and then just going to go ahead and check now. Okay, get the user, and of course the fact that this is protected, we are not worried about the user reaching this page and are protected. Okay, so that is the good thing. So we can just go ahead and say const user is equal to session. Of course we get the session we just get the role. Const role is going to be equal to use not user session dot user then dot role. Okay, so here we just get the role, and then now we can set the role. Okay, we have sidebar links. Okay, then we have these catalog links. Okay, so for instance, for the normal user, okay, I'm just going to go here down actually, and let's say const, let's just say let user links. Okay, let's just say user links is equal to an empty, maybe an empty array, or you could just actually just like say just say let user links, and we don't do anything to them, and then we just check here, and we can check if role maybe is equal to admin. Okay, if role is equal to admin, then what we do is say that user links is equal to sidebar links. Okay, is equal to sidebar links, just like that. And then okay, and then we could also just say if we could just say it is if role is equal to farmer, then user links, okay, user links is equal to, so you can just go ahead and define. Let me just first copy all these ones. So you could just like copy all these sidebar links here, and online store settings, no. Now we could just also have like settings for these the farmers support. They can access farmers support. I think they can also access the wallet, they can access the community, they cannot see the staff. Okay, and they can also look, I think, at the orders. Okay, because those are like, they can look at the orders for this specific farmer. And then looking at other farmers, no. They can also look, I think, at the markets. Maybe they cannot create markets, but they need to look at the markets. They can also look at the customers. Okay, I think that is okay. And then else, let's just put here else user links, so just get these ones, so they can see the online. They cannot look at these links. Normal users, they cannot access wallet. Okay, they cannot see this. They can look at the orders, their orders, we just look at that. They cannot see markets and other customers, but they can see they have orders. They can also look at the profile. Let's create some more pages here. Maybe profile. Profile, you have to get the icon. So you just have to have some links here for the users. We shall just be creating those ones slowly, but let's just have something like that. Okay, and then for the catalog, we could also just like say for the catalog links here, so you can just come also for this these I don't know if this was even necessary. Okay, I don't know if this was necessary to create late users links. We could just remain with sidebar links. We simply change this one to late. Okay, so we just select these ones, these two, and if the role is admin, I don't think we're supposed even to change anything, even for these both two. So by default, we just only prioritize to be an admin. So that means that we should check only for the farmer. Okay, let's just come here and check for the farmer. So if he's the farmer, then we just only update these links here. We're just saying if the role is farmer, then sidebar links, they should update to this, and then we don't have this, we don't need this else if, we only have the else part. Okay, wait. We could just have if, and then even this one could be another if statement. Just a second, cut this, and just have like another if here. Sorry, if the role is user, okay, just have these as our sidebar links. Okay, we have these two distinct statements to modify that, and I think even for these catalog links, okay, so for the catalog links is going to be an empty array. We don't want them to see anything, and with that we only go to the catalog. What is catalog here? Okay, I don't know, we only show this if these are there. I can just first go here, and before putting this one, we can first check if catalog links. Okay, we could just first say catalog links dot length like is greater than 0 if this is true, or we could just say and there is no need of checking another condition. We just check if is there, just like that. Then we would show this that if we first check the length is greater than 0, then we show this this block. Otherwise, let's just see. So automatically we have the dashboard changing, and you can see the links they have changed, and the catalog is not having anything. I think we can also just take off that. Where is the name catalog? I think it is here, or we're supposed to put that check, I think, up. Yeah, this is supposed to be on this collapsible, this whole entire collapsible. Yep. So let's just go ahead and check this. We're just going to take this check up instead. So let me just cut this, put it inside here. Okay, and now let's cut this check here. Okay, and this check supposed to go on to this. So just cut this whole entire collapsible and put it in here, just like that. So that one would help us to eliminate this catalog link. Let's wait and see. Yeah, so you can see the catalog link has gone. Okay, yeah, so this catalog, so the sidebar, we have managed to show it like it is showing the right pages on it. Now the orders, they have the profile page, and then they can also go online and they can log out. That is cool. Okay, and then here on this onto this, we're just going to add something, and I'm just going to add some statement on here. We have also to have something we are going to show them here. Okay, so basically this dashboard page itself, we need to have the one for the normal users. Okay, we have to have a dashboard for the normal users, and then for the admin, and for the other one, that one should be really easy to show. Okay, so within this, if you just go, we have managed to handle the sidebar. Now let's go ahead and try to see if we can manage the dashboard. So when you go to the dashboard, you have this page. So what is being seen there is this page here. Okay, so we can also come and check for the role, and since this, I want to maintain this as the server component, and in the server component we can also access the session. Okay, so you can say const, and this one you can just get the session direct is equal to await get server. So this one we just use server session, just like that, and we have to pass in the auth options. So just come and say auth options from the libs. Make this one to be an async. Okay, so the fact of the matter is, if you're accessing a session from the server side or on the server side, it is very fast that you actually don't need to really check the status. There is no need of checking the status because this one is faster. And another thing, that we are not worried about authentication. We are very sure if a person reaches this page is already authenticated by the middleware. So the only thing we just want is the role. So you can say const role is equal to session, okay, dot user dot role. Okay, so you can just get the role just from there. Now we could just like show now different dashboards, okay, like with these things here. Okay, so what I'm just going to do is I'm just going to go ahead and create like farmer dashboard. So you could just go in the components, back office. Let's create two things. Maybe farmer dashboard, dashboard.j6 rfc. Okay, just put here h2 that says welcome farmer. Okay, and then we can also have this for the user dashboard .j6 rfc, and here you say h2 welcome farmer, welcome user. Okay, just like that. And we could just say go ahead and create for the admin, but I think it's also not even necessary, because we could just check here for these other ones. We say if the role is equal to maybe user. Okay, and then we could just go and say return. Make sure you actually use return. So return here user dashboard, just like that. And if the role, so just check another if the role is equal to farmer. Okay, and then we just send them to return farmer dashboard, just like that. Okay, this one's supposed to be a component. Okay, as simple as that. You don't need to check for the admin, because if it actually passes these two lines, automatically is an admin. Okay, so like this one, if I refresh, it shouldn't show this. Okay, let's just go and see. I don't know what has happened. I have no idea. Let me make sure I have this. Seems I have the. Okay, so you can see. Okay, they're saying too many hooks. Sidebar. Then rendered more hooks than during the previous render. I don't know what that means. That is a problem for now. What is that problem? Rendered more hooks, and they are putting on use state. They're just like pointing in this one, and they are pointing to this use state. why. Rendered more hooks, just like that, because this side is okay, but the side of the sidebar is the one which has actually a problem. Okay, so if I just go and remove whatever we have just put here, does it work? If I just go here and check this, it's still having the same issue. Is it what is this all about? And is this this loading? Then you have the row. Let me first put this state here. On top, and this one is for the opening the menu. I don't know why it is causing problems. Rendered more hooks than during the previous render. Oh, okay. So putting it on top works. Okay, so probably we have what we wanted. You can see we definitely have a different layout on the dashboard. So what we show in here we can control, or what we show in here on the user. You can see they have a clean slate. Okay, they have these pages. So however much we will have to go, of course, go an extra mile on checking on each page if someone is allowed to view that. But at least for now, we have the normal dashboard and we have the appropriate links. Okay, and the user can log out. Let's also put the logout on this button. So we have that in the sidebar, I guess. Here, and we can just copy the same we have here on the user avatar. This function we have here, as simple as that. So just go here, and we could just call this button anywhere anyways. Okay, could also just have this the logout function. We could just record we just reuse it, because we might just need it in many places, I guess. Okay, we could just use it in many places. We could just use it in many places. The handle logout or logout user. So just copy this, and maybe in the libs, let's just go to this components lib, and you could just say here maybe just create logout, and just create handle logout and logout .js, and if you say export default function, actually just like just put this, and you could just say come here and get this inside here, put this one now inside here, and let's get the user router. Okay, and this one is going to be export default async function handle logout. Okay, so that we can just use it in other places. Also get the sign out from NextAuth. So let me just go and call this in the sidebar. So on click, okay, just call this handle logout. Let's import this. Okay, as simple as that. We should be now good to go with handle logout. Let's just refresh one more time. We make sure everything is working the way we want. And it takes long to really get this the user on the client. That's why it's like you have this whole loading. I don't know how you can just make it a server component, the sidebar. We'll try and see maybe in the future video. I don't like that it takes long loading. Okay, so I'm clicking this, and nothing is happening. Let me see. So currently this does not work out. Putting it in a different stuff, it does not really work. Let's first see if we bring it, if we put this function in the same page, and we see sidebar, and I'm just going to put this function on top here. And let me put the router on top. Actually, just put it here, and let's remove this. So some things work. You notice you have to keep on trying to innovate, create new things, let them work, let them fail, but at least you would have known that one does not work, this one works. That's how I do my things. And do I need to import sign out? So bring the sign out. Then the router, bring in the use router from next navigation, supposed to be use router, and the spelling I think supposed to be okay. Okay, I think that is it. So we have that. Let's try and test now one more time. Just make sure we have the right one, handle logout. Okay, use router find. Okay, let's just see here. Now just go and click logout. Okay, so now we are logging out and takes us to the login. Okay, since we are on the dashboard, okay, that one makes sense. Since we are on the dashboard, it takes you to the login. Okay, that is great. Okay, so you can just go ahead and log in one more time, but right now at least we are good with authentication. Okay, we are good with authentication. I wish we could just get some other user. Let me just go first, duplicate this and try to see the user API users. By the way, you could also protect the API routes if you wanted, using the get server session, and you check if the user is logged in. If he's not, then you just stop that. We just needed like a user with some other details. I think with you have like this one. I don't know what would be their password. I don't know if it is like test, so that we could just like know this. Let me try to log in with a different person. I don't know if he will just accept test. I don't remember the passwords we used. Yeah, probably that is not the password, but the email is okay. I don't know which password we used. Okay, so now I think we could just now reset the password. At this point, this is a good thing to reset the password. Okay, let's just work on the forgot password, so that if someone clicks on forgot password, they should be taken to the forgot password page, and they enter their email. Forgot password, that page maybe does not exist. Let's first create that page, and if you just go back to this thing here, this is why we have the pages, login, register. We have the login, register. I think we have the forgot password page. Okay, so we have this forgot password page. Okay, just like move down very fast like this. Okay, so we have the forgot password page. Copy this and let's go and create this page. So into this front end, create another page, forgot password, new folder, forgot password. Okay, forgot password, and I just want to click new file, called this page.jsx, and then let's paste this forgot password page, and it has this forgot password form. So just go here and let's get this form. I don't know why I go back to this. So you have this forgot password form. Okay, this is the name, forgot password form. Let's go and create this. So just go in the components and maybe the front end. Let's just go and create a new file, forgot password. Okay, forgot password form. Okay, .jsx. Okay, and let's paste this here. Okay, so now you can just go back. Let's see this now. The forgot password. Let's see the errors we might just get here. Okay, a forgot password form at components, forgot password. Let's move this forgot password to, there's no need of putting it inside here. Let's put just inside the components. Yep, so move it into the components. Okay, I think that should resolve the issue. Okay, so another one is the register form that is in password, forgot password page. We also have the register. How? They just go to this password, forgot password. There are some things we just need to really remove. Forgot password form, where is it? Just go to this page, forgot password page. Okay, remove this. We don't need the register component really. Okay, so it just simply has this h1 of reset password, and it gives you this is this supposed to be that the forgot password page is, oh okay, support asks us I think for the email. Let's check. So on the forgot password, we need only the email of the user so that we send them an email. Let's check and see. It should be something really easy. Let's check and see. Okay, so something like this. Okay, you can see that at least we should have something like that. Yeah, so we ask for the email to reset the password. Let's say your email, and then we can just go ahead and they enter their email. So let's go ahead and check on this form, the forgot password form. Okay, it shouldn't have many things actually. So the first thing is, let's first look at the form. Okay, so we're just going to have this label which has your email. Okay, we just say here enter Okay, enter your email. Okay, and then here we have the email. We are using this hook. So we have here the email, and then you have the button. That's it. So you have this. Okay, and you remember your password, we send it back to the login if they remember their password. So basically on the login we have this on a input for the email. Okay, and then on top here we're just going to get that data on submit. Okay, we only expect to have this here, which is cool. And then we also having the notification, and this notification is going to really show afterwards. You get, instead of sending to another page, we can actually use this very page to show that please check your email, we have sent the reset password link. Instead of sending to any other page, we can actually use the alert on this very page. This is nice. And by the way, we worked on this functionality in the old system we built. Just check the video, it has 2 parts, and we worked onto this. So now what we need right now is, after we have to check this endpoint URL users forgot password. So you just need to work onto this. Let me see, you can just enter this, and then we have to check on that endpoint. Let me check if we have this endpoint within here. This is the form. We have the reset password page itself, which we will just send the person. I think we should also work on that page. Okay, email template. Then we have the Prisma. I don't think we have that endpoint. I will have to get that endpoint just in a second. But for now, let's work on the pages. So when someone sends the email, we send them an email with a link to the reset password. Let's work on the reset password page. Okay, I'm just going to come here and create another page called reset password. So in the front end, create a new folder called reset password, just like that. And then inside here, let's create page .jsx, and let's get this page here. So under these pages, we have forgot password. I'm gonna just go back here. So you have this reset password page. Okay, so it is also having just like the heading reset password with this reset password form. So let's get the form. Okay, there is reset password form. So they just go and create another component. So just in components, create a new component called reset password form .jsx and paste this. Okay, so in the reset password, basically we are asking for the new password. If you check here, we should have only one label, so which says new password. You could just go ahead and ask for like new password, confirm password. Okay, you could just go and ask that. I'm just going to only ask one, just to add the new password, and then we get this new password here. and then we can just go ahead and get this. Of course, we have the token and all kind of stuff. Okay, and we're supposed to go ahead and send to this endpoint users update password. Okay, so just going to get those two endpoints and we walk them through. Okay, I'm just going to get those two endpoints and we shall just simply walk through them. I don't feel like you have to really work them through from scratch. We just need to get them and then just like we walk through them. Let me just go to user. So we have to the forgot update and maybe even verify. Did we work on the verify? Okay, so I'm just going to go back to our app. I'm just going to, I will add those pages, don't worry, in the guide so that you don't have to what am I doing? This is so much annoying. App, API, users. Okay, so just have these three things in the users. Okay, what am I copying? Jesus. Something went really wrong. Okay, something must have gone really wrong. I just want to go ahead, copy two things here, forgot password, and these three things. Copy, and I have tons and thousands of pages of folders open, probably the source of problems. So you just need to add these three files. They forgot update password. I'm just going to add them in the documentation so that you don't need to really, because we talked about how we created all those ones. You can just go back and watch the video. So in the back office, no, in the API we have users, and let's start with the forgot password. So this, you create this route, okay, and we are putting it in users. Anything like to do with user authentication, you're putting it inside the users API route here. Okay, so of course we installed some of these things like this v4 and the base URL and the recent. We had all these ones in our previous we have this from our previous video. We worked on the other time, we worked on sending the verification. On upon registration, we worked on how to use all these ones, the base URL, resend, and the email template. We created the email template and all these ones. Okay, so at this point we shouldn't have any issues. So on this, we extract the email from the user request after submitting this. This is for the forgot password. So if you went to forgot password and you put your email here, eventually if you just go to the forgot password form, you will see that you actually send this on API users forgot password. okay, and then you send the email, and then here in the route they will get this email. After getting this email, we check if really a user with this email exists. If it is true that the user exists, if it doesn't exist, of course, we return 404. And then the first thing we do, we generate the token, which is here. We convert this token into URL say format here. Okay, we now actually just have here to update password reset token. So now this means that if you're just going to update the password reset token in the DB, then this must be on to your schema on the password reset token. And I don't know if it is really necessary to save the token to the DB at that point. Okay, we could just like really just take off this step of updating the user in the DB for this password reset token. Okay, and the only thing we just need to do is we send the email to this, because at this point we have confirmed the email exists. Okay, you could send the password reset token. Maybe we can do that as in the future, but for now we could just actually just leave it like that. Okay, so here I'm just going to, here there is send an email with token on the link as such param. So we have this link text reset password, we have the user ID. Now at this point we have the user because we actually fetched the existing user here, so we can just go ahead and use the user ID and the name. So you can just have all these. Just a second. Okay, so right now we just go ahead. We have these. By the way, the main purpose of the resend of the forgot password is just simply send a user a reset password link. That is the main purpose of this file. So we get the email, we check if the email exists, and if they exist, we generate for them a link. So we are generating a link from here. It sends to the reset password. If you see here, it goes to the reset password page and then send there a token and the ID. Okay, sends the token and ID, and I don't think we really need all of them. Okay, we just even if we do not send this token, I know we might just need to fetch, but we're not going to fetch. The fact that it's a user clicked on it and we verified the email is good enough. Okay, what we could maybe check is the token. Even this ID, we're not going to fetch any data on that. We're just going to send this reset to this reset password. Maybe we can just send there the token, but there is no need even of sending the ID. Okay, of course you can just leave this, then we can just go ahead and send the mail, okay, to this, of course, to the email subject account verification. Now here you're just going to say this one is reset your password. Okay, so you send the name, redirect, and the link text to this email template. We already have the email template. You can have a look at it. The email template is here. It has this. Okay. it has the image. Now in future, just going to have, you can configure this image or even host it on like Cloudinary. Then you have the link here. That's not a big deal. I will just work on that offline and to put that image of the logo. Okay, but for now, just we have the our link text. Thank you for creating an account. Now this text here, we could also customize this as the message. Okay, because thank you for creating an account with us. We request you to click on the link below to complete your onboarding process is not the right message for the reset password. Okay, so what I'm just going to do is going here and I make it as a prop also. So let's just go and see. Let me close some of these pages. Really just close, just close some of these pages. Now there's so many open pages. So many open pages. I think just say close here all. Then I just going to open the API. Let me just go to the API users. Scroll down to the API. Forgot password. I'm just going to also add the message. I'm just going to pass the message here, or the description. Actually, I just go here and define this description. Const description is equal to, for instance, we can just say, okay, we can just say use click on the following link. Click on the following link in order to reset your password. And just say thank you. So just something like this. We have the description. So I'm just going also to copy this and take it to the user, because if you remember, we have this upon registration. So on the register, we are supposed also to send another email. Where do we send it? So here we can also have the description, and I'm just going to use the one in the email template. So this one, send that here, just add it here onto this one. I just add it just like that, and let's add description here, and if we add it there, it automatically comes and enters here. It will have to be here description, and it also has to be here the description. And then we have also the subject. It should be the one to go here on the preview. The subject, just say subject. On the preview should be the subject, and we can also pass in the subject. Okay, so also go here and let's pass in the subject, and let's define the subject. So here const subject, so you can just say const subject is equal to, we already have here the subject, just like that, and then just here add subject, so already we have subject. Okay, that's great. So now we're just going to do the same thing, the subject. Okay, just edit this on the forgot password. So let me just have here subject, and for this one is password recovery, and for password recovery or password reset, and then just add this here on the subject, and also pass in here subject. Okay, so something like that. Okay, so now at least we have this. Okay, then return update successful. Okay, so you simply send here. After sending, we're supposed to, we could just return the send data that, and yeah, I think that is okay. Okay, that is really fine. Okay, that is really fine. So we have that password recovery. Okay, let's try it and see if they are going to send us the email. So after sending the email, what we should have is to go to this reset password. Let's just go and see this page, reset password. So after supposed to send you to the reset password page, let's just go and see. I think reset password has the same problem, so just go to this reset password. Let's hope it is not register and forgot password. There is only need for the reset password only. Okay, so go here and see. Okay, so here you can see new password. Okay, so you have this reset password. Cool. So you just need to add your password, and then you just be able to reset it. So when you click on reset password, let's go to this form. Okay, so basically on the reset password, we get your new password and we send it. So simply get, there is no actually just need of like really getting this. Of course you can just use the params, search params, and get the token, and then you have also the ID. You can say data.id. I think that is really useful sending the, I was thinking of I think sending the ID is useful. Yeah, because if we send to API users update password, let's look at that route. Let's just look at that route. We might just need ID of the user. So if you just look at update password in this route, they are getting the ID, and then we get this user so that we can update them. Yeah, that is for sure. So in the route for God, we really need the user ID. So here we really need to attach the user ID. You can just get this from here. Do we attach anything like an ID here? Here we just only need the token. Let me just go to this. Really, here we have to have the token, and then we have to have and. It's supposed to be and. Is it only one and or two ands? And then like ID is equal to dollar user ID. Okay, so you need to attach the ID. At least the ID is really needed because we are going to use it to update the password. So I think it was one and let's just see if we will get this here. So on this password, on the reset page, update page, we have to console. Let's go and look for that. On that forgot password form and the reset password form, let's go to this page, reset password. So here we just need to get this token. I don't think even the token is useful, but the only thing we just need actually is this ID, and we see we are attaching it here. I want to go ahead and before sending this data here, let me just first comment all this code. Let's go ahead and console.log data. I really need to see the ID in the data. So just go ahead and initiate the process. I will start by clicking on forgot password. So if you just go to login, we just need to make sure everything works. Okay, so just forgot password. So on the forgot password, I have to enter my email. So let's just say sending, please wait. Okay, and you could just say go to this console, you watch how this is happening, and if you just see this ID, that means that the email was sent, and you can see here we get this notification, please check your email, we have sent you a password reset link, and click on the link in order to create a new password. So this is nice. So now I go to my email actually. Let's just go and check my email. Okay, let's just go and check, and it is here. You can see this is a password reset. Okay, so the title is working. Now the reset link is here. Click on it. Let me just bring this near here. Okay, so we are on to the reset, actually on the reset the new password page, and what I just want is to go to the console and I want to look at the data. If you remember on this page, it is this page of reset password. So, and this is where we are consoling this data. Okay, so this is use client. Great. So I'm just going to clear everything here. Let me put in the new password as test. Okay, click on this. So I have the ID. Okay, so my ID, I have it clearly here. That's great. Okay, so I have the ID for sure, and the new password. Okay, so that is great. Now I can just go ahead and actually do this try catch now. Okay, just do this try catch. So what are we doing with try catch? So with the try catch, we are sending data to the API user, update password. We are sending the data, and if the response is okay, that someone was logged out, so just set loading to false, and then we go ahead and toast password updated successfully, and then we can just like have all these. Okay, so that's good. Let's go ahead and check this password. What are we doing with this API users update password? It is API users update password. Just go to this update password route. Okay, so in the update password, we have the password and the ID from the request. We go first of all, get the user. So we find unique a user with this ID. If the user is there, is not there, then we return user not found. That is an error. Okay, and then we go ahead and right now hash the password, and after hashing it, we update user, and we are saying we are passing in where data. I think we don't need this password. We just need the hashed. We need password as hashed password, something like this. If you look in our schema, we put it as password. Let's just go in 1 second in our schema. What am I doing? Just go check in the Prisma schema here. So in the schema, we have the user, he has the password. Okay, so this, remember always that this is a password, so as simple as that. So right now, let me go back on the update. So just say update user where ID, and we are updating the password. Okay, and now that would be it. So let's just go ahead and now do that. I just want now to refresh for a second. Now I just want to put in the new password, okay, as test. So test, just like that. Reset, updating, please wait. So okay, password updated successfully. I'm redirected to the login page, and let me just log in now with this. We have changed it to test login. Okay, login successful, and you can see already here on this UI it has changed. Okay, so first of all, we're just going to change the avatar, and now we want to go to the dashboard. I should find the link here. Does this link work? We could just change it in the header, in the user avatar. Actually, they just go to the user avatar in the components. back office, and we have some user avatar. And in the user avatar we have the dashboard somewhere, so this should be a link. Okay, I'm just going to turn this to a link. Next link, and let's pass href. Just need to pass to the dashboard, just like that. Other things remain. Let's go ahead and could refresh. It is loading right now. Let's just wait for a second. And I think now the link is there, dashboard. So just go to the dashboard, and you can see here welcome farmer, and then we have all these links that are related to the farmer. So this is really nice. We are having all the links rendering very well. The dashboard is rendering really very well, and that's how we are going to do it. Okay, we'll be just like really protecting these pages like that. But I just want to somehow show some, at least the email, here, or the name. Okay, one of the two, email or the name, and then here the image. We are going to determine if to show the image or not. Okay, and the good thing that we are just doing here in the user profile, the good thing is that this is getting the user, and from the user we can now check if the user has the image or not. First of all, here where we have my account, we could just go ahead and put this. We put the maybe the name. I don't know if this should be like the name or the email, one of the two. So if you check the user object, let's look at the user object. I think we had one user object somewhere. Okay, so the user object is here. It has these details. Okay, and you can see email verified is true. Okay, so if you just go here, so the user object const user, the user object is of this format here, has the name, okay, email, and the image. So I'm in need of two things, the name and the image. Okay, so let me just do this. Just gonna say const, and let's get the name and the image from user. So you just like get this user, and let's get these two things, the name. So I'm just coming here and I show the name. Instead of my account, let's just use the name. Okay, just get the name. And then for the image, I just want to check if the image is undefined. So I want to sort of get the initials. I don't know if we have this function called generate initials in the libs. I don't think we have it. I think just going to write it that generates the initials. Okay, just going to have that generates initials. But for now, just going to check for this image, either to show the image in here or something else. Okay, so I'm just going to say if image if image is undefined. So if here we just say if image is true, okay, then we just go ahead and show this. It is just going showing here another div. Okay, you can just go here and say let's say another div. Okay, is maybe let's say JB right now. Just going to give it some classes, but only that is enough to show that, and you have the name. I think those are the only things we have. Then we also link this one to the profile page. Okay, so we can just conditionally show the image. If it is there, at least we just show the initials. Now what else do we need to do is to make sure this user comes, actually is to make sure we just get that user. So the first is the nav bars. Let's make sure that our nav bars are sending that. So if you just go down here, here we are supposed to get the user. Is this is server side. For now, since the server side, let's first get it from the server side. So you're just going to say const session. Okay, let me just get const session is equal to await get server session. But this is supposed to be, we're having on click here. This can't be it cannot be since we have on click, it cannot be server. It has to end up being a client. So just turn this into a client component. Use client. Okay, so then we have to use const session. So we're just going to get session, and the status is equal to use session. Use session. Okay, and we just only need to get the status. If status is equal to loading, then you can just go ahead and show this loading return, and just like a p tag saying loading. Okay, and then down here I'm just going to go ahead and get the user. So const user is equal to session. Actually, just like let's pass in this down here. Okay, just simply passing where is it? So here we are passing the user. Let's go ahead and pass in session dot user. Yeah, as simple as that. So we pass in session dot user. Okay, so that one should now work. I think for this for the front end, the nav bar is sorted. We must be actually passing in, I remember we are passing in the user. So now that should change. You can see automatically this changes to JB. Okay, so you just need to really style it to look nice. Okay, and have that the generate function generate initials. Okay, so that one you can use your ChatGPT to generate that simple function. So you can see here Martha Thompson. Now this is nice. We have the name. Okay, we have this name, and we have also the dashboard, and we will create also their profile pages. I think the profile will be the same. This, and you have also the logout. So the only thing you have to match is to have this. If someone has a name like this, how do we generate this? That would be really easy, but you could just like use ChatGPT for that. And let me just copy this very name to show you. And you can see even here it's already there on the UI. That's good. Copy this, and let me just go here and say write a JavaScript function. Write a JavaScript function that I can reuse to generate initials. I just say generate 2 initials to be specific. 2 initials from a name, e.g. this. Okay, just let's say, okay, just to generate initials. So they just get a name, split the name using the split method, initialize the variables, let first initial, second initial. So we use a for loop. Okay, get this. If the word is links, then we just like only taking 2. That's okay. I don't want just like to really think more about it. I'm just going to simply copy it here, and let's go here and create a reusable function called generate initials. Generate initials .js. Okay, just paste this function and just remove these ones, and just going to go ahead and export that function. Here they're just showing you how to use it. Okay, I'm just going to come in and say export function, generate initials, takes in a name, gets this name, space into 2 words, and then in these words you can see here loops through each word to get the initials for word of words. This here, this is an array, so loops through that array and has access to the word. If the word length is greater than 0, then first initials, just like that. And then if the word length is greater than 1, second initial. So here is checking if it only has 1 name, and or if it is less than this. So here just getting this second one. Okay, so return first initial plus this. Okay, that's great. Let's just go ahead and use this to generate the initials here. So I'm just going to come here. We have the name, and you can just come in and say const initials is equal to generate initials. Okay, and just pass in the name. Okay, we pass in the name just like that, and then just get these initials is what we're just going to show here. Okay, and let's go and check. So this one now should change to let's give it a second to empty, something like that. And this one is having mtt. How many did they get here? Okay, I'll just like to edit that. It has like even like more than two. Suppose to have like mt. Let's just look at this function, generate initials. So let's say we split this into two words. So basically I have an array right now. So this one will have something like words is equal to something like an array of Tom and something else like John. So like it will just get here two words after splitting using the split function. Now we just want to get the first initial and the second initial. Okay, so in this they are looping. I don't know if this is really necessary to loop, because if I have an array, I just want to get the first item and the second item. Okay, so basically I'm just going to say I only just need two. I'll just say this, come here and do this. Okay, const first initial is going to be equal to this word. It's supposed to be like words. I don't know, like we say words. And remember, this is an array. We take the first one to uppercase, the second thing to the second one, remove this loop, and then the second one is just get this first one. We don't, whether they exceed, we just only want to get the first two, so just simply get the same thing here, and this is so const. So just get the second initial by getting at 1. Okay, maybe you would first check if the length actually, like if words.length exceeds 1, maybe I would just like come here and I say if, okay, maybe we could first initialize it actually with late. So just do this, because what if it is only one name? Let's say late second initial just is equal to empty, maybe. Okay, and if the words.length is greater than 1, then 1 or 2. So if the length is has like 2 items, maybe is greater than 1 actually, yeah. So second initial will be equal to, just get these words at 1, just get at 1, just like this, to uppercase, then we can return that. I think that is okay now. Remove these words, initialize the variable to store the initials. For the first, this one we can get direct, because at least the name will be there as a must, and at least we have the first one. Then the second one we can just do that. So this should fix our problem. Okay, oh, okay, we need to get the first character actually. So this is the entire word. Oh, we might just need this dude here. Just go back a second. We might just need something like this actually. Okay, export function. So might just in the name, split it. So if you split, you get two words. For sure, we have to loop through each word to get the initial, because it is only if you just have, they are looping through a word. Okay, so here they are just getting, you get access to the word, each individual word. Okay, so first make sure the word is not empty. Word.length is within 0. First initial is going to be plus or equal word at first character. So just get like this. Okay, word at the first character. I don't know if it is really necessary to get the like to loop through. So where are we messing up? If get the second initial from the last word. So if word.length is greater than 1, that is okay. Second issue is words at words.length minus 1, then getting this. Or actually, we'll just do this. There is no need of doing this. We would have to get words at 1, just like this. What if we just do something like that? Do we have the problem solved? Let's see. We still have like 3. Does this name have 3 things? Okay, why are we having like really 3 characters right now? First initial plus second initial, and this one let me just do this. Take off the loop, and I just going to say word so we first have the words, we get the first word, and then the first word we also get the first character. I don't know if that one just works. Yep, so that one just works. So we just get the first words, we first the first word, then we get the first character to uppercase, then just remove this. Then for the second word, if it's greater than length greater than 0, we get the second word. Words at 1, we get the first character. As simple as that. We only need 2 characters, and we are okay now. So since the image is not there, we have that, and I don't think we need any styles. Like it really looks fine. Even on the home page, like this looks fine. Maybe I don't know, you could just go ahead and give it the same dimensions. So if you just go back to the user avatar, the width and height is 200 for the image. So if we just give it class name, give it exactly this. Okay, you have to give it like this, and maybe the background color. The background color, we just say BG slate, maybe really 900. I think this is the original one. Let's try and see. Okay, I think you would have to give it some little padding, maybe of 2, and we might just need actually giving it flex, and just say item center and justify center to actually make sure that everything is going to be in the center. Yeah, something like that. I think that one just like works. I don't know if it is really necessary to give it like, how about really padding of 4, as if padding is not working. From my experience, like padding is really not working. I don't know if it is necessary to give it that. Let's see 10. Okay, now padding works. Okay, I think that one just is much better. Could give it 800. I don't know, the one of the header is okay, so the one of the header is also 800. Okay, oh no, yeah, that one is fine. Let's just go with that. I think it's like more fine, except that this side it is actually 800, but this is okay for now. Maybe you could just give it like a border, and maybe a box shadow. Let's give it like a small shadow. We just give shadow MD, and we see how this would look like. Okay, and maybe like border, and like border slate, maybe let's just say maybe 600. Okay, let's just look at the border. I don't know if it is really necessary to have the border there, but let's just leave it like that. Okay, at least now we have this working. You can log out, you can reset your password. Now we'll be just working to set like now the profile page. We can just go ahead and create the profile in the dashboard, but we will not put the data, but at least we can just also set the profile page. So within the dashboard, I'm just going to create the profile page. Just create profile, new folder, and just say profile. So just say profile, and in this let me just put page dot jsx rfc h2. I'm just going, so I'll just go and look for the design for the profile, but for now let's just say profile page, and we can of course get the details also via the, okay, we can get the details. For instance, we can just say welcome, and we're just going to specify the name here. I'm just going to say dollar name. Do we really need dollar? Just going to say something like this. Of course, you can say const session is equal to get server session, and let's pass in the auth options. Okay, and then here you can just have like session. You could just first get like a user. Either you can just get a user from that. You could just say const, and we can abstract the name. First I just get the name from session dot user. Okay, session dot user, and we are not worried about the authentication because it is already covered. So by the authentication is already covered by the middleware, so a person who reaches this page will be authenticated. Okay, if you are going to go to the dashboard, we can just also of course also put this, but this one will be a person authenticated. So let me update this profile page in the user avatar. So in the user avatar where we have profile, edit profile, I'm just going to come here, make sure this one is a link, and let me just put the href to dashboard. So it has to be dashboard stroke profile, just like this, dashboard profile. Okay, let's just go and try and see if this has updated. Dashboard, and okay, click on profile, let's see. Cannot destructure property name as it is undefined. Okay, this page really so we could just say if we just put a guard if no session, if there is no session, and you could just say return. Okay, we just say return. Otherwise we could just get the user. Okay, and then we can destructure. Oh, we could just like destructure actually the user from this session, and then from there you can just say user dot name, maybe something like this. Okay, let's see what are you just going to get. We don't have the name. Is it because we can't access the user? Okay, let me just go ahead and try to console.log session. Okay, let me just try to console.log session, and since this is a server component, should just come here and see. So scroll down let me scroll down to here. Await guys, so this one has to be await. Okay, and just to make this async. Okay, it should now work. Yep, so you can just say here, welcome Master Thompson. So that's great. Right now we are good. I think we have the user. Yeah. Okay. Remember it is await. So you can just like get the user, and then we can just start working with the user here. Like we'll have the form to update and all that kind of stuff. Okay. So it has really been fun working on to this. Right now we can log out. We have a lot of functionalities we have added, and we still have these kind of like broken pieces. Like I don't know now why is this one showing. Oh, it's because we have to, and this one is what, user avatar. Oh, so the user avatar is in the head. They just go to the user avatar. So here we're just getting from the user. So by default, they just give this one an empty object. Okay. And we have to, if there is not authenticated, so here supposed also to get, I think we're supposed to get the state directly from, I think, in this component. Okay, we could just have this user and it is getting its own user direct from the session, instead of depending on the other components that is consuming it. Okay, so we are not supposed even to this one is supposed to only load when a user is authenticated, and I know this one is supposed to be the in the dashboard. So let's go to this navbar. We are supposed to only show this only and only if this the status is authenticated. So just check this. And just going to say if the status is equal to authenticated, only then is when we can actually show this. So you're not supposed to really load this component if the user is not authenticated. We'll handle. Okay, so user profile is not protected. Just copy this link and let's go and put it in the middleware. Okay, just put in the middleware here, comma, and just put this. I think you're supposed even to put just like the whole match, anything that starts with the dashboard. I will see how to put that, but we could just like put anything that starts with the dashboard. Let's refresh one more time. You're not supposed to, if you're not authenticated, you're not supposed to access the dashboard, the profile page. And right now it's saying could not be found. Yeah, so it's supposed to behave like this. If you try to go to the profile, they bring it to the login. So right now our profile is protected. Okay, our profile is protected, and now everything should just work fine. Just go ahead and try to log in with my test password. Login success. I go to this. You can see it is detected here. I'm in. I think they're supposed to redirect me. Just wait and see. Okay, so we are directed here. I can go visit my profile page. Okay, good. Everything now is okay. I log out. If I log out, then first of all, redirected on the home page. Okay, of course, if you go to the home page, then you're not supposed to be asked to log in, but here you have the login. So far, so now, the authentication, we are really at a good step whereby we can log in, register users, and even forgot password. Okay, so that's good. Thank you so much for watching this episode. I will see you in the next one.